following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Hey, it's Thursday, September 2nd.
Yes. It is.
Time is flying, man. Time is flying. Welcome to the Players Lounge. The three Amigo Negroes are back, and we've added a new member to the show.
Yes.
Welcome. First off, I want to say welcome.
Definitely
Glad to have
welcome
you.
to the lounge. Well, we got to switch up the name. We can't be the three Amigo Negroes no more.
No. We'll figure something out.
We'll figure that out.
We got time.
Yeah.
We got time.
We'll figure
But
something out.
the Players Lounge is about these two guys. Barry Church, Danny McCray. They both play for the Dallas Cowboys.
No
both
doubt.
were safeties, both undrafted guys. Newy Scruggs, just merely a reporter who covered the team, and Britt Johnson. Now
I'm a player.
Oh.
Yeah.
Throw that play on.
You said that, not me. You said that, Britt Johnson. Not me.
Had to let the people know.
So the Big Chief, Derek Eagleton, Dog Team, decided that we needed to have more flavor in the show. So Britt is
throw some
here
spice
to
on
bring
there.
her perspectives. And you are from California. Tell the people about yourself.
Yes, I am from California originally. I went to Fresno State for college. Go Bulldogs, even though we suck at everything pretty much. We did win the National Bowling Championship when I was there. So
There you go.
that is a plus.
No pride in your
A
school.
plus what?
So she's like church. No pride in her school.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I'm actually an Ohio State fan. I'm a Buckeye fan.
Okay.
But basketball,
How?
UNC. Well, okay. My mom's side of the family is from Ohio, so my grandma's like the biggest Buckeye fan, so that's how I'm a Buckeye fan.
What part?
Coshocton, it's a small town.
Okay.
Shocked then. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I heard NC too, right? So North
UNC
Carolina.
for basketball.
And how'd that happen?
When I was in college, my boyfriend played basketball at UNC.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Michael Jordan. I'm one of those people. Jordan's the GOAT. Don't debate me.
Without a doubt.
So okay, we'll get along.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I see I'm sitting on the right side of the table.
yeah.
Here.
Okay,
Listen,
yeah.
I'm just saying, it sounds biased to me. You're
What
not going
do
to
you
even get a dude a chance. LeBron's still playing the game. He's still playing. So I'm not going to count him out yet.
Come on,
Jordan's great.
He's done.
He's over.
He's done. He's done. Who's your boyfriend at
Y'all-
Carolina?
Oh.
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you in another episode.
My boy's
another
diving
episode.
deep in it.
I'm a reporter. So
This is true.
I am a reporter.
Emmy Award winner.
She brought it up, so I didn't,
Well, hey, this is true.
But I got something for you to report on. I got something for you to report on. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Hey, CB. CB, can you put that picture up on the screen?
That's what we doing. Hey! So that's what we CB.
Oh, just so everybody knows, Church lost the bet.
That's what we doing.
Church lost the bet back in 2020. He guaranteed us that the Dallas Cowboys were going to make the playoffs last year.
And CB, you was behind this too. Oh, that's what we doing.
Is that the check? Is that
Yeah,
the check?
that's the
We
check.
bringing
That's-
receipts to the show.
check.
That's the check. And
Are your eyes closed? Are you sad? I'm just trying to understand.
Wow. Okay.
Is it,
This means war. Okay, I see how we doing. And then CB of all people.
Does that look like when you get the rookie check when you?
that looks
Right,
just like
exactly.
it.
I was salty too.
So
Did the bill look like a rookie check though?
no, it wasn't.
No,
It wasn't.
Okay.
It was. Yeah, it was. I mean,
Well, yeah. I'll tell you this.
Man.
I'll tell you this,
that's
Britt.
what we doing.
Be careful, okay? Because bets they do get made on this show.
I
Newy has
don't
already
lose.
lost 2.
I don't lose.
Ooh, the confidence.
I literally I only bet when I know, and I just have this feeling. I feel like I'm a little bit psychic, so I don't really lose bets. I've won so many things, like
Says
money, TVs, dinners, whatever.
She went for Fresno State. Talking about I don't lose.
I did not play a sport at Fresno State, okay? I was not. Listen, my GPA 1, okay? I graduated with honors.
There we go. I love it.
Got my degree.
I love it. CB, I got, we're going to have some words after this, man, because I can't believe you sided with McCray on this.
Was that Nick and Sam's?
Nah, what's some spot called Clay?
It was Clay Supper
It used
Club.
to be Bisou or something like that.
Okay.
But they switched it up, because the Bisou got, the pastry spot, so they was about to get sued. So they switched it up anyways.
Okay.
It's a nice spot, man. Check it out sometime.
All right. Two sisters, you let me know when you want to roll.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have your photo too, bro. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, because now that I paid you got to come through now. We got to come through now.
All he's got to do is call.
That's all you got to do, D-Man.
Fine by me.
I'm making
called
time.
me. He made sure I was on that.
I'm making time. I'm making my rounds. Don't worry, and Britt, you next. But it's cool though, okay? Because I know, because we're gonna have to test that psychic ability of yours.
We gonna see.
Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com. You in your midst to break the news here, you cut off Miss Britt
I'm sorry, Britt.
Johnson
I'm sorry.
She was telling you her story.
My bad.
We had last stop.
I was excited.
Her love of Ohio State and Carolina basketball. So please continue as you
Yes.
newest member.
So I went to college Fresno State after I worked for the Clippers for a little bit, and then I moved to Atlanta for a couple years, moved to Louisiana, was a weekend sports anchor. So I covered a lot of LSU, Raging Cajuns, mostly a little bit of Saints, but I was mostly in Baton Rouge and Lafayette. So I did a lot of college stuff. It was baseball season at the time, and got to cover them both going to the College World Series and stuff like that. And came back to LA. I did a digital YouTube channel for about 5 years. Grew the channel from 100,000 subscribers to 1.5 million. So got a little following. So shout out if you guys are watching or listening, my old little fan group. But yeah, so that's basically what I've done. I've been a Cowboys fan since birth. I said on the break the other day, because they kind of introduced me a little last 5 minutes of the show. My grandma is actually was cousins with Bob Hayes, so like our whole family grew up
Bullet Bob.
Cowboys fans. I ran a little track too. I was fast. I had a little speed, a little bit.
What event?
I did the 100, 200, and 4x1,
all right.
and I was the anchor. So
you can run.
Yeah,
So you can run. All right.
I could run. I can't anymore. I actually did a video once. I'll have to show you guys later. I did with a former NFL player. We did all the combine drills because I used to have a show called Press Pass with Britt Johnson. So it was like me hanging out with athletes doing stuff that's like not their sport or something different or whatever. But he had me do all the combine stuff. And I think I ran like a 5.8 or something, or like a 6 flat. It was terrible. But I had just broken my tailbone before that, so I want to blame that.
Okay.
And no conditioning.
Hey.
6 flats. I probably run like a 5.2 right now, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, same here. I'm probably around there.
So what'd you think about Sha'Carri coming in last? What was your thought when you saw that?
I think people should not talk as much until they've already had stuff accomplished. So I think that that's what happens when you are on camera or on social media saying stuff before you have even got to a place. So
But Miss Richardson said
she should have spent more time training. I think. I don't think she did that.
She had the 6th fastest time in the world. She was saying. But I thought, did you see?
At the time, though, that's.
I know it was fun. It was
fun while it lasted.
I personally found the humor in it as people on Twitter decided that they were going to light her up. And
She did it to herself with that
She
whole
did.
post-run rant she went on.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see the Jamaicans behind her just laughing. Like, what are you doing? Like,
just looking
Yeah.
at her passing on by like they like the Kermit's
Bro, you came in last.
you didn't even make it competitive.
Like she wasn't even on a thing that was like 1 through 8, and then 8 through 10, and then she's not even.
And it was
on
from the
there. She
jump.
didn't make it.
As soon as the gun, pow.
She looked like she was struggling. You ever see? You in high school? You see the people who running just to run. And she looked like one of them folks. Like their parents don't show up.
Running with a weighted vest on. That's what was going on.
I honestly feel like her hair could have like held her back because she had a lot of hair on that
That's
day,
at least
and I
5
feel
pounds.
like that's adding that's take the weight off now. Like she should have just went like the Jamaicans
Aerodynamic.
did with their natural hair, and they just
already we have we have a question
Okay.
Oh.
What's popping
for you.
oh gosh.
Let it happen. Let it ride.
It is from Jesse Holly, who's a part of the Dallas Cowboys podcast.
Oh man!
Isaiah or Jesse?
I met Jesse. I met Jesse the other day.
Jesse Holly. Jesse says, as a Tar Heel myself who played basketball, I need to know who her boyfriend is.
Well, what's
The streets are talking. The streets are talking early.
I've never had anyone text me during the players' line.
Hey, he needs to know.
Who got me sweating up in here?
Hey, you're looking like me out here.
I feel like church. I've never sweat.
Where's that deodorant y'all got? Where's that anti-perspirant?
So I'm just letting you know.
Take a seat or something?
Yeah, maybe we'll start some kind of. This could be the first thing, the first betting thing that we start. See if anybody guesses it right.
I don't do that, but I need to pay off my bet to Danny over here first. By the way, Deep Blue tonight with Jesse Holly. The Jesse Holly story is going to be airing.
That'll be awesome.
Check it out on DallasCowboys.com.
Because we were both
there.
platforms. Was you were on the squad with me when he scored, or he almost scored in San Francisco, and it all
he got hawked.
He got hawked. He did get hawked.
I was on the sideline. You see me on the sideline filming it.
Oh, yeah.
We got hawked at the one.
I don't want to shoot no slugs, but I remember somebody getting teabagged by Phillip Rivers, but I don't know.
So that's what, you know what? All bets are off now.
All
bets
bottom
are
lip
off
is quivering.
now. I see what we doing out here. I see what we doing. I see, because I also remember a boy doing a split when my man hit him with a cutback, but I ain't gonna say who it was or how he scored the touchdown. How'd you get the tripping? I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
We was talking about getting hawked down, okay? We was not talking about getting shook.
All right. You see what happens? I'm over here trying to chill, and then the slugs just keep coming out. So hey, I had to come out the holster with one.
It's good water. It's good water.
It was.
Okay, move on. Move on. All right. What about football?
Can we talk about quarterbacks?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Church, another slug. I'm sorry. I told you your boy Double G was in trouble. G's
gone.
He's officially gone now.
Didn't they re-sign him on the practice?
No, Danucci.
No, he got signed with the Patriots, didn't he?
He got signed with the Patriots?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Danucci's on the practice.
We might see him.
So just to take you back into this.
I can't believe that.
Danny and I have been on a whole different side of the Church. Church believed that Garrett Gilbert was really going to be the guy to win the backup spot, and we were like, no. And he called him Double G. That was his guy. He's referring back to the Pittsburgh game last year where Garrett played a nice football game that they lost.
Come on now.
They lost.
They lost.
He was balling though.
Okay, like I said, they lost.
Hey, we ain't talking about the score. We talking about what he did.
So the Cowboys tried to gift him the job.
Mm-hmm.
That gets the shoulder strain. It's all you. Get to the preseason. Double G can't make it.
He blew it.
So Will Greer is now the guy. But I had been saying since training camp, when you guys had me, I told you the backup quarterback is not on this roster right now. That they're going to basically, go bring someone in.
You called it too.
After cuts happen.
You called the exact person.
Gilbert gets cut, and I told you, Danny Wilder, Rush is going to get the job. So Rush is the backup. They go pull Will Greer off waivers. Carolina let him go. And understanding the situation for Greer, he was brought in by a different regime in Carolina. He got a new head coach in Matt Rule. They got Sam Darnold, and he's also got the kid PJ Walker, who Rule had at Temple. Mm-hmm. So he was his quarterback at Temple. So he's got his two guys. Greer's out. You bring Greer here, he's got a relationship with Doug Nussmeier.
Mm-hmm.
Florida, right?
Yeah. Okay. He was his offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Doug was down there. So they know each other, which that goes back into the whole thing we talked about with Cooper Rush and bringing in a backup, somebody who has an understanding of the system. That's a question I'd love to ask Will Greer, how much of what the Cowboys are running are things that you know, but clearly Nussmeier has a belief in Will Greer, and they're bringing him in here. So with COVID going on here, you're going to need three quarterbacks throughout the year on the active roster, in my opinion. So you got Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush, and then you got Will Greer, and for some reason, Mike McCarthy keeps letting Ben DiNucci.
It's that Pittsburgh connection. It's the Bird connection. It's got to be. I'm scratching my head at that one.
Wow.
But
DiNucci,
they must see something in him. His athletic ability.
They obviously think that he's better than Gilbert.
which is, beyond me.
See, and I think that's a different situation. I think that this last guy, you wanted to be a developmental guy. And at Garrett's age, you kind of are what you are. So I can see them wanting to develop a DiNucci, but I'm thinking, DiNucci's a Jag. He's just a guy. You can go find another DiNucci out there.
Yeah,
There had to be some people they were scouting in the last 2 years and say, that guy's free, let's bring him in here versus Ben DiNucci. I don't get it. I just don't get the DiNucci thing.
Britt, do you think we made the right move as far as exactly bringing in Will Grier and putting DiNucci on the practice squad?
As far as Will Grier, no, just because he did play in 2 games his rookie season, and he is 0 for 4. He had 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And I actually wrote down some numbers because I wanted to make sure I didn't, talk him down. I wanted to be as accurate as possible. He's had a total of 228 yards. He had a QBR of 2.8, 28 completions on 52 attempts. So at what point do we look at that and say, maybe that's not our guy? Like, why would you want a guy that has not thrown a touchdown at all? Like, what? I just don't understand where the logic comes with that. It makes no sense to me. I think that was a bad decision to make. And yes, everybody's talking about the whole Cam Newton stuff, and obviously we know it's just because he hasn't been vaccinated. Because at least the man has thrown a touchdown.
Would you rather have Cam on here?
Yes, I would. Okay. Absolutely. He's thrown a touchdown. We know he can run a little bit still. We know that he's a former NFL MVP. I would take that over a guy that literally 26 is not young in the league. It's not old, but it's not young. He's still been in the league for a decent amount of time, to know or to have some experience to where it's okay, he played 2 games against the Colts Saints, all interceptions.
So thumbs down from Britt on Will Grier.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, what I know about Will Grier and his offensive coordinators back in 2015 when they were at Florida, LSU beat them. 35-28. That's all I need to know about Grier. All right? That's all I need to know about the dude. We should have went to go get somebody else. I hope we don't have to see him play in the game, because if we get that far down, you can count us as out of the playoff picture and no Super Bowl for 2021.
So, thumbs down from you. Church, Will Grier, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Look, I'm a thumbs in the middle kind of guy right now. I'm right here with it. I'm gonna give him a chance just to see if him and Nussmeier got a little connection or something like that. I don't expect this guy to go out and play at all. I mean, if like you said, if we go from Dak to right now Cooper Rush and we're all the way get down to Will Grier, the season's lost anyway. So I don't expect this guy to get any play time. I see him as a more developmental project than DiNucci. I'd rather have him out there, getting the development, getting the reps than DiNucci, but. I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance, see if maybe him and Nussmeier can get a little connection going, and hopefully we don't have to see him at all. But we'll see.
Britt, you said 2.8 QBR.
Yeah.
That's hot garbage. That's hot garbage.
But let's go back a couple years when Dak was not Dak. Dak was a third string quarterback. Everybody gets hurt, and then Dak has to come. We end up he has this amazing, record-breaking rookie, quarterback season. So it's when I look at that, I'm no, we should at the third person have somebody that's a decent quarterback that could come in. Dak, 4th-round pick, yes, and we never expected to utilize him, but he came in and did something. Even before, Tony Romo was undrafted. Guys like Tom Brady, 6th-round pick, all of this kind of stuff. So I don't want to be we shouldn't have to go to the third string guy, but the third string guy should be really good to when they get put in that position to elevate to a level like Dak did when Dak was a rookie and everybody had gotten hurt that year.
And Dak wasn't really a third. Remember he was splitting reps out there. It was showers.
Yeah.
It was one of those where at the time you're man, which one of these two gonna make it?
Yeah, he was better than Kellen Moore as well. Jamil Showers.
They had an interesting road for him, but I'm gonna give Will Grier a thumbs up.
Okay.
And wow.
Oh, almost jumped out of his seat over here.
You okay? Come down, young Simba.
Let me tell you something. It's if it's anything, based off last year, Newy saying he vouches for somebody. I have to second guess it every time because he was all in on Coach McCarthy. All in. Sold his house and everything on Coach. All right, yep.
You ain't sipping that
Coach of the year.
You ain't sipping that Kool-Aid.
Got that Kool-Aid. I got pictures of you.
My boy bringing all the receipts out. But I tell you, you can't do nothing around this man no more. It used to be like, in confidence, but you can't do nothing around this man no. He bringing receipts to the show.
You want me to send me my photo with me and Mike? You want me to send me the photo with me and Mike together?
Listen, no, it was public information. Everything I said about you, Barry. Public information. Okay? This is all on tape. It's on tape, and you posed for the picture.
Man, I thought that was but it's all good. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. You already know it.
No, I'm like Britt. I don't lose.
All right, we'll see.
Call me a psychic.
We'll see.
Let's take our first break. Okay, let's take our first break. When we come back, I will explain my thumbs up of Will Grier being on the Cowboys as a backup quarterback. As the Players Lounge continues with Barry Church, the newest member, Britt Johnson, LSU's finest, Danny McCray. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is DallasCowboys.com radio.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So, to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hey Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Hey, join us for a free watch party at the Miller Lite House at AT&T Stadium on Thursday, September 9th as your Cowboys kick off the season in Tampa Bay. Enjoy $5 Miller Lite, Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders performances, and more. Doors open at 5:30 and kickoff is 7:20. For more information, visit attstadium.com. Barry Church, Britt Johnson, the LSU
Go Tigers.
Tiger.
Go
the
LSU Tiger, sometimes a little biased, sometimes a little, Danny McCray, also the newest member of Survivor, so make sure you're watching September 22nd.
Season 41, baby.
Season 41. Danny is the guy, that guy.
You can also catch LSU beating the brakes off UCLA at 7:30 p.m. Saturday night.
Is that the Rose Bowl?
Yes.
LSU playing UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you seen UCLA the last couple of years? They're absolutely terrible, so that's not saying a lot.
Hey, listen, you got to beat who they put in front of you, okay? All right.
I'm just letting y'all know.
I
came from LA. I've been going to UCLA games, and they're terrible.
But Chip Kelly supposed to be turning it around. You see what they did to Hawaii?
Okay.
See what they did to Hawaii?
Chip Kelly hasn't done anything since he left Oregon. I'm sorry.
We'll see if anybody shows up at the game this week because there was nobody at the Rose Bowl last week for that UCLA.
They played Hawaii.
It's because the students aren't in yet. They're not in school yet, so they don't go to the games.
You cover
and
LSU.
It's like 45 minutes
You cover
away.
LSU, so you know that our fans travel. All right, so it's going to be some purple.
And no, I guarantee there'll be more LSU fans there than UCLA.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
guarantee that. Yeah.
It'll be purple and gold in the stadium. Don't you worry, Newy.
Look, I'm just saying. It's UCLA fans don't show up. That's always been an issue. It's been an
LA
issue. When I was
show.
out there covering it, even when they were good, winning the it was a Pac-10 back then. They win the Pac-10. They had issues, and it was really more about who else is coming. If it was another great team that was coming, like when Peyton Manning came, boom, Rose Bowl filled up. But then it was just UCLA. It was iffy. And so
LSU's coming.
You know what? It's gonna be a LSU home game then.
It will.
It'll be a LSU.
Same with Chargers and Rams. Like Cowboys, there's always more Cowboys fans. I went to a Chargers Broncos game. There were more Broncos fans there. I didn't even know LA had Broncos fans, but they came through.
We have.
Are they all in SoFi?
Are
they all in SoFi? Is Rams?
Now they're in SoFi. Yeah.
Back then they were at that little sock.
Man. That was.
They couldn't even fill that up.
Oh, that was like 20,000. They couldn't fill that.
StubHub Center, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Was that Chicago for us?
When?
Remember, it was a game we went to, and we were like, man, they got more fans than we have. I want to say it was Chicago or Pittsburgh.
One of the two.
Pittsburgh always travels.
Yeah, that black and gold stay going everywhere.
I went to an Arizona and Pittsburgh game in Arizona, and it was all them yellow towels, just
swang.
Terrible towels.
We in the stands like, man, where all our fans?
I remember that. I was like, what in the heck, man?
Took an L.
Chicago, too. Chicago, they travel, man.
Shout-town, too.
Well, what's up, Newy? What's going on, man?
Oh, yeah, we got to hear your...
thumbs up.
Yeah, what's going on? I gotta hear, what's the thumbs up? Double thumbs. Two thumbs up.
First off, to me, Will Grier, it's the upgrade over Garrett Gilbert and Cooper Rush. So right out the gate, I'm going to give it a thumb because it's an upgrade to me over those two guys. Yes.
I'd agree on that one.
Yes, and I'm thinking in a view of long term. Here's a guy that many years ago, I thought the Cowboys should have kept around. They didn't. They tried to sneak him through the waivers. It didn't happen, and the guy went on to have a nice, productive career and picked up a Super Bowl ring as a backup quarterback. That was Matt Moore. And when I think about the ideal type backup quarterback for Dak Prescott, somebody who can be in the room, and if they need to help you try to win 3 or 4 games, the way we saw Jason Garrett do in his career, that's what I'm looking for. Matt Moore, that's what I'm looking for. When Mahomes was out a little bit, Andy Reid was able to curtail the offense a little bit, Matt Moore was able to make the throws and not kill the team. This is what I'm looking for. So let me just make sure I stay there, okay? All right. The games you talked about when Will Grier played,
Saints, yeah.
when he played, that was a team that was bad. The head coaching, Ron Rivera, head coach, was fired. This was a bad Carolina team, and they went to him, and he wasn't any good. The team wasn't any good. Mm-hmm. The coaching staff they brought in last year, Matt Rule, they didn't want him. They had their guys already, so they were doing what they were doing there. I go back to what I watched him in the Big 12 because. Spent a lot of time covering TCU football. Will Grier under Dana Holgorsen was a good quarterback.
Oh, he definitely was nice at West Virginia.
Good quarterback. I remember the game where they were taking on Texas down there in Austin, let a comeback win there. So I look at him, said, backup quarterback, good player, a guy who they could develop behind a Dak Prescott and maybe have this guy here for 4 or 5 years. That's what I'm looking for in a Will Grier. That, to me, is what you want, and it ain't costing you any money. I mean, you think about when they had Kyle Orton here. Kyle Orton cost him some cash.
Andy Dalton.
Even Andy Dalton last year cost him some cash. This guy's not going to be he's not going to be killing the cap here. And so this is where I'm going to go to Doug Nussmeier, my quarterback coach, Kellen Moore, my offensive coordinator, Mike McCarthy. You guys are all supposed to be offensive players. Help make this guy better. Help make him a Matt Moore, a guy that you could have under and sign into a contract. If things can go well, sign into one of these 2-3 year contracts where you can have this position, somebody who's backing up Dak quarterback, back up Dak Prescott as your backup quarterback, and be okay. Who's got a little bit of skills.
Are you more comfortable with, like, let's just say Week 4 comes around? Are you more comfortable with Grier as the primary backup rather than a Cooper Rush?
Great question. Here's the thing: how much of the offense is he going to know? And that's the thing. So he and Nussmeier said they've got a relationship, and so at least Nussmeier knows how does he learn. Mm-hmm. That's a big thing about coaching, is trying to figure out, okay, how do your players learn? How do they digest the information? Clearly, Nussmeier has talked to more McCarthy and Will McClay and Stephen Jones since they brought Grier in here. I think that the situation in Carolina, tough situation for him, didn't work out. But I also remembered at the time during the draft when he was taken, this was thought to be a good pick. Mm-hmm. But circumstances happen in the National Football League. You guys as former players understand and know. A guy may come right here, may not fit there, can go somewhere else. I look at him at Florida. Wasn't the fit at Florida. Ended up going to West Virginia.
Had a good career.
Good football player at West Virginia. So let's see how much they can unlock from him there. I like that versus you keeping Garrett Gilbert. And as far as Cooper Rush goes, look, Cooper Rush, in my opinion right now, that's what they should do. Dak gets hurt. This dude does know the offense. He has been a backup here. You're going to need 3 quarterbacks because of COVID.
Regardless, yeah.
And they weren't going to bring in Cam Newton.
Jerry Jones is vouching for Cooper Rush is all I'm saying. So he's vouching for the handle that he has on the offense, how well he knows it. So you can expect to see Cooper Rush be the backup guy, I think, for this entire season.
You think it's going to go the whole
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. What are you talking about, Britt?
If that's the case, I feel like Will and Cooper are the same guy. Like, I feel like they are twinsies and they just are the same. So I would have rather brought in a veteran quarterback that can actually help them and, like, you know, work through stuff, not just, you know, the coaches kind of coming in. But I think it makes a difference. Again, I've never played football, but I don't know. But I think it makes a difference when your teammate is coming and kind of giving you pointers and stuff like that versus coaches sometimes. So it's like, if we're going to have 3 quarterbacks, if Cooper Rush is going to be the main backup quarterback the whole entire season, why not bring in somebody as the third guy that can help? Because honestly, Dak hasn't really been in a lot of these positions as far as playoff-wise and making it to the NFC Championship and making it to a Super Bowl and stuff like that either. So it's like, why not bring in a guy that can honestly help Dak and, you know, the backup quarterback develop their skills and develop, you know, whatever leadership stuff that they need to do this season. That's just what I think. And yes, Andy Dalton should have been that guy because he was, you know, 9 years as a starting quarterback prior to that, but he wasn't. But I do feel like having a veteran quarterback in that situation with 3 guys, with having to have 3 quarterbacks, just to me makes more sense.
Do you not think like Dak fills that veteran role and that leadership role?
Yes, but no. Just because I just feel like he hasn't. There's certain situations that he hasn't been in. You know, like the Cowboys haven't done much since, you know, forever. Mm-hmm. Honestly, forever.
It sounds like you're describing Cam Newton. It sounds like you're describing a guy.
Yeah, he played in a Super Bowl. You know, he's a former in NFL MVP. So it's just like, yes, I get the whole COVID thing, but to me that would have made the most sense just to be that kind of like leader. And honestly, from Hard Knocks and stuff, from what I watched, I didn't really see like a ton of like the camaraderie with the players as much. Like Dak's just always with Zeke. Like, they're just BFFs, and you just see them two together, but you don't see the energy of everybody kind of, like, hanging out and doing stuff like I've seen in past seasons. So I think that kind of goes into my thought of, like, okay, yeah, he's probably a leader. He probably loves football. He's a great football player. He wants to be out there and play, but I don't, like, see him as, like, talking as a talking leader. I see him as more of an action leader.
Lead by action type of guy. Okay.
I don't know. You watched that last episode of Hard Knocks.
I didn't. See, I told you.
You got here's Mr. Introvert.
He was amping it.
Okay, good.
He got my man. Yeah.
Here's Mr. Introvert, Amari Cooper. All of a sudden, Dak gets in his ear, gets him going, and he's out here.
He lit Trey Diggs,
lighting up Trey Diggs, and then after it's all done, Cooper's walked out the field. Man, that's not normally me. I need to apologize to 2-7, but Dak got me going. Dak is the hype man. When you talk about just that guy on the offense, you know, who gets guys going, it's Dak. And Terrell Basham is, before he got hurt, was one of the guys that was bringing the energy on the defensive side. And so I was asking him, you know, hey, who's that guy on the offensive side? It's Dak. And I asked Dak at the press conference, like, who's that guy that's getting people going? He said, oh, that's me. That's me.
Yeah.
And so Ford is a guy who, and that was also essentially too why he kept his job his rookie year. His ability to relate to so many people in the locker room. And Barry,
without a doubt.
You know exactly that. You had guys like Jason Witten and Tony Romo were boys.
Established veterans.
They shared a suite at AT&T Stadium. Their family shared a suite. I mean, these guys were there. And you had Jason Witten saying, you know what, man? Dak's earned the job. I mean, when one of your ride or die boys is not sitting up here, you know, vouching for you, Zach Martin. So Dak's ability to reach across the room and have so many people love Ford. And I'll always go back to when he left the field last year. You just didn't see all the Cowboys here. You saw the Giants. You saw the Giants right there. And then across the league, the way people were talking about him. And, you know, I go back to my own kid. The way he reached out to my kid in June.
Yeah. Oh yeah, your youngest one, right? Yeah,
the youngest one. Yeah, we were getting COVID tests yesterday, and I saw Dak. He was leaving as I was going in. I asked him, "How's your brother doing?" I said, "He's good, man." He said, "Thanks for asking." He says, "How's your daughter?" So she had a little tough day at school the other day. He said, "Tell her I said to keep her head up."
He's that type of dude.
So she comes home from school yesterday, and I said, "Hey, Dak said keep your head up."
That's great.
And it brought a smile to her face.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a special kind of guy, and I don't say that very often about many guys. I've covered a lot of people, but Ford's a special guy who reaches out to a lot of people, and I think the Jones family can rest assured that their money in him is well invested. It's well invested. Like when you talk about a quarterback having, and that's why, and I go back to what he did at Mississippi State, Danny, and beating in LSU. And we hadn't seen Mississippi State do anything like that since that guy left the building. And you think about it, okay, how many dudes were on that Mississippi State team? Ended up going, they were ranked number 1 in college football for a while. How many of those guys went to the league?
I'm not sure about that one.
Especially on the offensive side. I mean, Ford is
just him.
And
Ford's a special dude.
So we got him on. Who's going to be that guy on the defensive side of the ball? Because I'm
looking at Keanu Neal. You think I'm looking at Keanu Neal just because he knows Dan Quinn. Yeah, and okay. I would imagine that when they're in those meetings in the meeting room and he's presenting players as leaders, you know how coaches do. Hey man, follow this guy. I would imagine that Dan Quinn is saying, "Hey, follow 42."
You don't think it's going to be, DeMarcus Lawrence, any of those guys that's been established on that defensive side of the ball?
I think DeMarcus Lawrence will lead the defensive line room, but as far as the overall defense, leader, I think Keanu Neal is going to be the voice of the defense.
Is he vocal?
I don't think he has a choice. I mean, because if you look around, it's DeMarcus Lawrence, and then who is the other veteran presence there?
Right. Because you get, as much as I hate to say it, guys aren't going to listen to guys that aren't playing.
Right.
Like we've been in that locker room. They're not. That's why when we talked about Tim Tebow coming in and being his leader, nobody's going to listen to the third string tight end on field.
Who was your guy?
Who was our guy that was that defensive leader? Man, for us, I would have to say DeMarcus Ware.
I was literally gonna.
I'll say Ware.
It was D Ware or maybe even a Hatcher.
I would say Hatcher more because Hatcher was.
He touched every unit. He touched every unit. D-line, linebacker, secondary. Hatcher touched every unit. So you got to have a guy on the defensive side of the ball like that. That when things are going terrible, that he can pick us up. He can let us go.
In Jacksonville, who's that guy?
It was on me. And it was on Calais Campbell.
Okay.
We were those two guys. I kind of had to be the manager back there because I had a lot of personalities in my secondary. I mean, you got Ramsey, Boye. I mean, we had a lot of different personalities. And it was a young team. So I was kind of the manager, but the guy that pretty much got everybody together was Calais Campbell. And you need that. Every team I've been a part of that had success had that one guy that was like, you know what? We're going to follow him. Whether it be offensively, defensively, whoever it is, we got to have that one guy. And the teams that I haven't been a part of, like our 2015 team, when Romo went down, we had so many quarterbacks. We didn't have that veteran presence. We didn't have a leader in the locker room, and we fell to shambles. I mean, we fell to shambles that year. So
we also had Greg Hardy in there.
Yeah, and that's
Rolando. We didn't know what he was going to do.
Exactly. And these are the veterans. These are the veterans that the young guys are supposed to look up to. And I just wonder who's that guy on the defensive side of the ball this year.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 42. But, all the onus to me is going on Dan Quinn. My guy, right? He's going to get him right. They call him DQ. You see,
so he's going to bring him all the energy in the booth.
He's gained the respect of that defense, and they play for him. So right. I'm excited to see.
Will they be a top 10 defense this year?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Britt. Psychic.
Come on.
No.
I smell a bet.
I smell a bet, everyone. I smell a bet.
I don't know, just especially because so many people just didn't play in preseason and they never really got to play against the first team a lot in preseason, just practicing and stuff like that. I just feel like because when I saw the Jacksonville game, I just felt like the defense just looked kind of.
Oh, well, I mean,
they didn't have the top 40 players.
I will say this. I think, as I said, I think the way that the offense plays will determine if we're a top 10 defense. I think.
So if you think that they're holding the ball,
if you're able to convert those third downs, play keep away in games where you need to play keep away, like against Tampa, right? If you're able to do that, then you can have guys like DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory pin their ears back and go rush the quarterback, not having to worry about play action and run, and then rushing cover and getting picks, and you were there, bro.
Yeah, we were part of that. That formula was right. We got
right?
takeaways. We were rested because DeMarco Murray was running the ball. Yeah. But I say that goes back to Kellen Moore.
Yeah, it does.
Is he going to be out there playing Madden, or is he going to be out there, playing the smart game? I don't know.
But once again, that's a different regime. You two keep talking about what you used to do, the old days.
But that's what McCarthy was talking about when he came in. We're going to run the football. We're going to do this.
And what happened?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So what are we going to be?
Why did I get off the mic train?
What happened?
Because I was lied to.
He almost got fired.
Times.
That's what almost happened. So I mean, I would assume that
players
he in his
over
mind.
Scheme, guys.
Hey.
Players over scheme.
We threw that ball too many times last year. And are we going to be that? Are we going to revert to that offense?
Hey, Dan Quinn, I'm on your side, man. Listen, I want you to do great. Top 10 defense. I'm here for you. And because no. So is that a bet against everybody?
I want us to be a top 10 defense, but I just think it's going to take
stand your ground.
a little.
Stand your ground. Stand your ground.
Mid-season, I think we'll start getting there, but it'll be too late to kind of come back up and get our numbers up.
I don't think we need a top 10.
No.
I don't think we need a top 10.
No.
So I'm taking all bets, okay? I'm taking all bets.
Yeah, that's already a for sure bet.
Everybody, I'm taking bets. We will be a top 10 defense. That includes us being number 10, all right? If we number 11, whatever, I'll be a little salty about it, but...
Now, let me write this down.
Yes.
At the end of season.
It's September 2nd, 2021.
10D.
Overall.
I was going to say this.
You can't be like, we 2 in the run. Or no.
Overall.
So total defense.
Total defense. Thank you.
But I don't think we need. I mean, like if we're top 10 defense, hey, that's a bonus. I don't think we need to be with this explosive offense. But we'll see.
To win the Super Bowl, you're gonna need a top 10 defense.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that it's like offense sells tickets, defense wins games. Like I feel like the defense has to be there. Even the Patriots' last win, that was defense. That was not Tom Brady. That was
Kansas City a top 10 defense when they won the Super Bowl?
No, they were not.
No, I don't think so.
You talking about with Tyreek Hill?
But oh, by the way, you're not them.
I'm saying, but
we're too far off now.
No, what I'm saying is we won't beat them if we don't have a top 10 defense. It's likely that we'll see Kansas City in the Super Bowl, and we're going to need a defense.
Oh yeah, we can't have a defense like last year. I'll tell you, we can't be like that.
We can't have Kansas City defense, and even their defense isn't. Matthews out there making.
Yeah, they
plays,
were middle of the pack, and that's all we. I think that's all we need.
Okay, we need to take another break here. We have news that is concerning 3 starters. So let's dive into that next right here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hi, I'm Clint Tillison with United Ag and Turf. Before you can park yourself in front of the game, park yourself in a John Deere and power through your chores. Our Land Run package is a 1025R, 25 horsepower tractor with a loader, rotary cutter, and a box blade for $229 a month. And the price you see is the price you'll pay, no surprises. So don't miss another kickoff.
Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com. Offer ends February 1st, 2021. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Now let's get to work.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Does your Cowboy fandom go beyond the game? The NFL Fan of the Year contest presented by Captain Morgan is back, and they're relaunching the search for one extraordinary Cowboys fan who is a positive influence and inspires others through their love of the game. Nominate yourself or others for a chance to win a trip to Super Bowl 56 in Los Angeles. Nominate today at DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year. All right, back on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. Barry Church.
Yep.
We got a new member here, Britt Johnson, in the house. She's going to be with the show the rest of the season. Danny McCray, the LSU Tiger, also a member of Survivor. You can catch him on CBS September 22nd. So make sure you're tuning in for that. I'm Newy Scruggs. Covered the Cowboys for well before Britt was born. So here's some news. CeeDee Lamb, DeMonte KZ, Carlos Watkins coming off the reserve COVID list. Todd Archer, the Dallas Morning News, put that out there. We still have members who are on the list, though. Guard Connor Williams and receiver Noah Brown remain on that COVID list. Cowboys getting ready to face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next Thursday to open up the season. Still don't know about defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, so I was asking around about that. So we'll see exactly where he
call him DQ. Call him DQ.
That just sounds too much like Dairy Queen to me.
I sure hope this don't backfire.
You know what?
It won't be any worse than the backfire y'all had last year. Okay?
This is true.
A part of me is like, I want him to eat. I want you to get that same feeling of betrayal that I had. Betrayal, man.
I'm okay,
but it's okay. I don't want to wish bad on the bad I had on you. The way I went through with McCarthy because it hurt.
Top 10 DQ, baby. Dairy Queen, whatever it is, we get top 10.
Queen.
All right.
DQ. Let me ask y'all a quick question. What do y'all think is the biggest reason these guys kind of, I don't know if they gravitate towards Dan Quinn or whatever they're doing, but they're playing better. We can all see that. They're playing better on the defensive side of the ball. What do you think the biggest? Because it's the same almost. They brought some players in, but a lot of those players that played terrible last year, they're doing all right in preseason.
Remember when Monty Kiffin was here, right? How hard it was for him to relate to the players. We sit in the meeting room like, is this dude sleep?
Because he would come in,
are you ready to roll? And you're like, what is he talking about? Like, he could not get you amped for the game. He could not get it, right? He couldn't get you to hustle. Be like,
couldn't reach his players.
But that's what guys were saying. Like, bro, this dude have no idea what he's talking about, right? Mm-hmm. So I think the same thing happened with Nolan. He came in and he didn't get the respect of the players that were there. And when they seen Dan Quinn come in, they said, man, this dude coached the Legion of Boom. He's Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator. He almost won the second Super Bowl. So he knows what he's doing. His formula works, all right? So he's going to put us in position to make the plays and get us paid, really. So we're going to follow this formula. And you can see they're playing harder than they played last season.
Yeah, off season too.
Competency matters. They look at him and they believe he has competency. I also think it helps out when we saw Quinn during training camp out here actively involved in group drills. I mean, he's out here, with the D linemen, putting on pads, putting on the padding, and he's working with guys. So I mean, he's right there in there, and actually, it's not just sitting here, hey, Danny, do this. He's actually doing. This is where I want you to be. So I think that matters when you get a coach who's actively involved. And look, let's just be honest. Last year, man, when Mike McCarthy said it was going to be players over scheme, that was not the case with Mike Nolan defensively. Mike Nolan's going to sit up here. I mean, this is frustrating for me, Danny, and why I really, really got upset last year with McCarthy is, like, dude, when I'm a media member and I see what you're doing as a team is just makes me scratch my head. That's a problem because you guys are getting paid and you're supposed to be experts. Hey, let's put Leighton Vander Esch at middle linebacker. What? Guy made the Pro Bowl at the weak side, and then you got neck problems. Why are we going to get this guy up in the crack? And then we go put Jalen out here on the wheel? Like, did you not watch I'll never forget the Bears game. It was that Thursday night. I'm at Soldier Field cold and watching Jalen get tore up by Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky. And it was like, this is not what he does best. So I go back to what Doug Collins once said, the former NBA coach with the Bulls. He said, your job as a coach is to understand your players' warts and cover it up. Basically, don't put your players in a bad position. Mm-hmm. And if you have not watched the Nick Saban, Bill Belichick HBO documentary, Belichick says you cannot overcome bad coaching. And last year, the Cowboys had bad coaching defensively. Yeah. And Mike Nolan was here because Mike McCarthy gave him the job. And Mike McCarthy seemingly repaid Nolan, who made him the offensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers, and Nolan was the head coach, and he repaid the favor. And it was awful. It was just awful what they did last year. Well, so now you got Vander Esch. When we talked to Vander Esch training camp, he's like, hey, man, look, I like this defense. I mean, the guys are basically saying, I'm where I need to be. So the fact that you got a defensive coordinator who comes in here and realizes, hey, this is what I do best. I mean, Britt, if Derek put you in the position to give you your best work, then that's going to make you feel good. If he's got you in the wrong spot, you're going to be like, what am I doing? What am I doing? That's everybody, whatever it is you do. You want to be put in the best position possible. And last year, this defense wasn't. And these guys basically all told you the story afterwards. And when Jane Slater was out here with NFL Network reporting on it, and people around here want to make it seem like she was crazy. No, she got it from the players. We still don't know who Anonymous was yet. We still didn't get who Anonymous was.
Yeah, I think we got a pretty good idea.
But when you got Everson Griffin sitting out here, hey, can you trade me, please? Trade me. They're like, fine, we'll trade you. It was bad. It was bad. So when you talk about Dan Quinn, DQ, why is it different? A lot of it is just competency and a belief that you know what you're doing.
Okay. I can guarantee you will not hear anybody say that we can't hustle to the ball for the entire game. That will be the statement of the defense from last year when your starting safety says, you expect me to hustle every play?
No,
what are you talking about, bro? This professional football.
Right. Smart.
And even if you're not, you're going to put your people out there like that?
In a contract year.
That's why you don't have respect for your defensive coordinator and your defensive coaches when you can go out there and you can make them look bad like that.
I go back to, okay, you covered the Clippers. You saw some bad coaching out there at times. I saw bad coaching when I was out there when I covered the Clippers. I saw some good coaching and I saw some bad coaching. But coaching matters. And you see it in the NBA. The NBA to me is one of the leagues where you clearly can see, like, that dude don't know what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah.
And players not buying in. Yeah. I mean, if it's anything, I mean, that's one league where you clearly see when the players ain't buying into the coach. I mean, that's real. I mean, because the players control everything.
Yeah, well, that's what's gonna. Yeah, the players literally control everything now. They will say it in press conferences, whatever they need to do. They let people know what's going on in their locker room. Like, you can tell now.
By the way, guys, we got to ask her this real question. Clippers, really?
Yeah, I'm a Clippers fan.
Really?
Yes.
Really? How?
You all over the place. I don't know.
But I have a story.
Okay, guys, thank you. I really want to hear this. Having covered sports in LA, I really want to hear the Clippers story.
So I mean, growing up as a child, because it was a family, my family liked the Lakers. So the Lakers were good when I was younger, so it was cool. But then my first NBA game I ever went to was a Clipper game, and Clippers they sucked for a really long time, so they were really big on their entertainment. There's a lot going on at the game. There's they have different acts performing. Their dance team is really good. Like, the Clippers just focused on the entertainment, so the games were really fun.
Question.
Yes.
Because I have to. Are you talking Clipper games at Staples Center or Clipper games at the Sports Dungeon? The old LA Arena.
Yeah, the Forum. No, my first Clippers game was at the Forum. Yeah.
They didn't play at the Forum.
The
Sports Dungeon.
The ugly one.
The Sports Dungeon, right next to the Coliseum.
Right next to it. Yeah.
No, it was.
Yeah.
It was bad like that.
Bro, it was one of those built. The Forum was awful too.
The Forum, yeah.
The Forum, and I'll tell you, the two.
Clippers own the Forum now.
Two of my biggest sports letdowns ever were walking into the Forum and walking into the Astrodome. Because you seen them on TV, and they were both built in the late 60s.
Don't play with us like that.
No, I'm sorry, man.
Don't play with us like that. I've never been to either of those places. But, the Astrodome is a monument. Okay, don't play with us like that. It's old.
It's a big old room. It's a big old room, and then right there's a little a field. It was a letdown. From what I'd seen on TV, it's actually seen it. And the same thing with the Forum. It was that. It was a letdown. So that's what I was wanting to see. Because
I believe it was at the old, whatever the old. I was young. I was probably 12 or something like that, or 11. Okay. And then, I became a Clippers fan. And then, we had the Corey Maggettis, the Darius Miles. I just started liking those guys. I liked the underdog situation of it, And so I was like, everybody's a Lakers fan, so I'm going to be a Clippers fan. And then my first job out of college was, for the Clippers. So I was like, this is going to be my team. Right. And yes, I did cry when Kawhi got hurt this year. I did, I'm not even going to lie.
What about last year when they were in the bubble? Did you cry? When they lost, who they lost to
Dallas? Last year I was very aware of the fact that we literally didn't have any. Our starting lineup did not see each other until the first playoff game. Like all during the bubble, people were hurt, people were out, like there was issues all the time. So I kind of knew that there was going to be some issues with the playoffs. I didn't really expect us to necessarily win last year, even though I thought we could have. But this year, I really, really thought we were going to take it. I really did.
Playoff P. He played well this year.
He did.
But the bubble playoff P.
Hey, and he went to Fresno State too, so I always got to rep Paul George.
Well,
always.
Last year, y'all should have cut him from the alumni chat, and then this year y'all could add him back because playoff P in the bubble was he was rough, and then this year he came back and did his thing when Kawhi was out. So shout out to Paul Pierce.
Okay.
I mean Paul George.
All right. Well, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what your Clippers do this year. Okay. I just wanted to know the background story. Okay. Good luck to you on that. Thoughts and prayers. The Clippers still can do Clipper things.
Wait, before you get off that, well, you said LeBron James is done, as in he's not winning anymore?
No, you just the whole GOAT conversation.
Okay, all right. I was saying, goodness, y'all count him in.
No, I'm not going to count the man out like that. I'm just talking this whole.
Now that's bias.
Now
that's when you talk about bias. The man ain't even finished playing. He could go on to win 2-3 more championships.
Has he won 6?
Not yet.
Total? Has he never? He lost some championships? Yes, he has.
Yeah, people lose. It's all right. Muhammad Ali lost.
Not Michael Jordan.
Muhammad Ali lost. It's okay. No, Michael Jordan lost. He didn't lose in the finals.
No, he didn't lose in the finals.
He lost.
And that's when it mattered.
They all matter. It's okay.
We don't have to.
I'm not on anybody's side. I'm just saying the dude is not done playing yet. Let's see his full body of work and then do that GOAT talk stuff. He's still playing. He's still out there. What are you saying?
Okay, this
I don't want to even start because I'll go.
this whole. I mean, basically, LeBron is like McGirl Richardson, trying to catch.
Come on,
in the back.
Come on, bro. The dude
got a front row seat. Oh, look, that's Michael running way far ahead of me with his 6 championships and 6 MVPs. So, thank you very much. By the way, to the Kansas City conversation about the defense. Now, I'm just shutting you down right now.
It's not Sha'Carri Richardson and LeBron James. You just compared those two. All right, move on. What's in here, bro? What is this?
Kansas City won the Super Bowl. They had the 7th ranked defense.
Oh, so they did have a top 10 defense.
Oh.
They did.
There you
so
go.
Thank you, producer Chris Bean, for dropping that.
So my thing does stay true.
There you go. Got to have a top 10 defense.
Yeah.
So Britt, are you still on board that no top 10 D?
For the Cowboys, I hope we do, but I don't think we will. So yeah.
Okay, so 3 no's and a yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I started this show, okay? I said Dan Quinn come in here, we're going to have a top 10 defense, and I'm standing on it.
All right.
They look better. We've been talking positively about the defense.
But that much change in just this short amount of time without really doing a lot of work in preseason.
But we went back to a 4-3. We went back to what our players are used to doing, and when they were playing a 4-3, they were on the up and up. And as soon as Nolan came in and put that 3-4 in, they hopped off a cliff.
Who's going to start on the other side of Diggs? There's a corner.
It's got to be Anthony
AB.
Brown. Right now, it's got to be. There's no other. I would like to see what Calvin Joseph has, what Noshawn Wright has out there, but I don't think they're ready. And especially for that receiving core we got coming in here, or we got going in Tampa Bay. There's just no way.
No way. Wright does not want to see any of those guys that's on Tampa's.
And I'm not going to lie. I don't know if Brown does either.
So Jordan,
because I ain't going to lie.
He's going to do better. He's going to do better than the 2 guys who have been in the NFL.
What's Brown's weakness? 50 balls. Jump ball. That's all. He going against 2 guys over 6'2", and we seen it all last year. When it's jump ball time, my boy is getting, he's getting that head shaved. You know what I'm saying?
Dan Quinn's gonna get him right, bro. Don't worry.
The Cowboys
can't coach size. I mean, I don't know, man, but we'll see.
The Cowboys are a 7.5 point underdog right now as they get ready to go take on Tampa Bay Thursday night. And Danny says the Cowboys are going to score 30 points and win the game.
If I did not work for an NFL club, I would take that bet. I'm just telling you. I would take it.
I think it'll be closer than people think. I do think it'll be closer than people. I think Tampa will, get the dub eventually. But I think it'll be closer than a lot of people think.
We're going to run the ball on these dudes. Hopefully. Kellen, you hear that? We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball. I know you don't listen to Players Lounge, bro, but somebody go put this tape in his ear. We're going to run the ball on Tampa.
I've got Antonio Brown on my fantasy team. Should I start him that game?
I would.
Yeah,
I would.
But you ain't getting that trophy back.
I've got Gronk too. Should I start Gronk?
I'll start Gronk, but you ain't getting that trophy back if you start Antonio Brown. This is gonna be a bad start for you, man. You got other options that you should start over Antonio. But do what you do. Do what you do, man. It's okay. Whatever you want.
You don't play fantasy football,
I do not.
But it is, Britt. It is a love topic here. So.
Real quick, what does our defense got to do to slow down Tampa and Tom Brady? What are we going to have to do defensively to make this a good game?
Got to get pressure at the middle on Tom. Tom doesn't like pressure.
We got it on the edges for sure.
Got to get some pressure at the
middle. Do we
middle.
have it in the middle? We don't got Gallimore. Do we have it in the middle to get pressure? We know that's his weakness. Do we have it? D-Mac, what we got to do?
Man, listen, I'm going to just say that I don't believe we're going to shut them down. What we have to do is, when we get the opportunity to make the big plays, we have to make them. All right, we understand that Tom's going to come out, he's going to complete those passes, he's going to get those 3rd and shorts, he's going to convert those. What we have to do is, when we have the opportunity to get that turnover or get that 3 and out, we have to maximize those opportunities so we can get a ball back to our offense. Because I think our offense is going to score some points on them. We have to get more possessions than they do, and we'll win that game. I don't see us shutting them down. I'm not going to be crazy with that one, but I think we need to make sure that we capitalize on big play opportunities.
What we got to do, Britt?
I agree with both of you guys. I do think it's pressure and opportunity because, again, we know Tampa's coming with all their 22 starters all back, and they're big, they're fast, they have the, receiving game, they have the run game, they have literally all the pieces there. I feel like they're probably one of the more complete teams in the league this season. So I think we really just, if we have opportunities, we need to take them. Any little bit, we need to put pressure on them. We need to find these little ways we can kind of sneak in kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but we have to.
He said,
I'm not a football player, so I don't talk like you guys do, but I do feel like we do have to find these little moments where we can capitalize on, because they're going to play their game, and we're not going to be able to take away from what they're already doing. We just have to find little ways to make ourselves, competitive against them.
Okay. 3rd and 12, those are, when I say big plays, that's what I mean. 3rd and 12, get off the field.
We got to we got to limit the yak.
Yes.
We got to limit the yak. Look, we know, Brady's a master. 3rd down, he's going to get the ball out of his hands quick. You're going to let these space players do what they do. We got to limit that yak. That's what killed us last year. 2 to 3 yard passes turning into 15 to 20 yard gains. We got to limit that yak yardage if we're going to have a chance against these people.
You have to stop the run. In one area, to me, that the Cowboys have to win Thursday night against Tampa, you got to win special teams. We hadn't seen any field goals. And the one field goal we saw against Jacksonville was a 56-yard miss. I mean, they have got to have a good special teams game. Yeah. You've got to be able to get down on punch. You've got to be able to convert your field goal. I mean, you just can't have any errors. Too many times in the last 2 years, in my opinion, I think the Cowboys have lost the special teams phase of the game. We saw it cost them at New England 2 years ago, and ended up costing Jason Garrett his job. Keith O'Quinn lost his job out of it. The Cowboys, in my opinion, have still not gotten to that point where you can say they're winning that phase of the football game. They got to start doing that.
Yeah, because we can't let Tom, have a short field. He's going to take advantage of everything we do. Any type of mistake we make out there, he's going to take advantage of it. So special teams comes into play. We got to pin them deep. We got to pin them deep. Make them go the long way. Make them do it the hard way. And speaking of that, we can't give up the big play. I mean, we know they got big play potential all over the field. Godwin, Evans, Antonio Brown, the 2 tight ends, they got big play potential all over the field. But we've done a great job so far this preseason defensively. Dan Quinn has done a great job of not having any busted coverages. These guys are communicating well. They're limiting the big plays. If it is a big play, it's a contested catch. It was a hard one. I can live with that in my secondary. But we got to limit the big play against these guys and the yak if we even stand a chance against this Tampa Bay team.
Okay. Speaking of special teams, the running back we just picked up is a core special teams player.
Yeah.
Corey Clement. He's been making some plays on special teams throughout his career. So shout out to them.
They're taking it serious.
But taking it serious, you pay CJ. Now you bring in another guy who's known for playing special teams. So I think they're taking it serious, and they're seeing that this is going to be a big part of our game.
And they brought back Thompson on the practice squad, and he has opportunity to maybe come up and come down or whatever it may be, so he can help out on teams as well.
Yeah. So shout out to them.
And Jake McQuaid.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jake McQuaid, the long snappers, his first year here, his Fossils guy. They let go of LP Lattisaur.
Shout out to LP.
Who was perfect in his career.
Without a doubt.
Perfect. No mistakes. So, to me, I'm putting pressure on Bones to make sure his unit comes out and they win that phase of the game against Tampa Bay and all year long. Cowboy special teams needs to win.
Just no fakes, man. No 4th and 5. No 4th and 4. Let's do a pass. Let's do a personal protector sneak up the middle. Let's just punt the ball. Pin them deep. Don't give them short field.
All right, that is the Players Lounge for this week. Britt Johnson, newest member of the show. She will be with us all year long.
Yes, indeed.
And a couple Fridays that I've got to sit out, she'll be here. So
host duties.
Yes. So after the Tampa Bay game, I'll be flying back because I'm going to go out to the game for Channel 5. So I'm going to be flying back. So she'll be
doing the host.
Yeah,
she can ride the ship.
I'm learning stuff as we go, I guess.
So,
Cool. I'm
She
excited.
can drive the boat for sure.
Go Bulldogs.
Okay, simmer down over there. Simmer down.
Playoff B. Playoff B.
I haven't heard that in a minute.
Simmer down.
Simmer down.
I will
Walking on crates over there, buddy.
I'll leave on a positive note for Danny McCray. In 2019, the Cowboys had the 11th ranked defense, according to producer Chris Beam. So
2000 when?
2019, I should say. 2019. So
The 11th? We had 11.
Rob Marinelli.
That was Marinelli's last year.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what we were ranked in 14 when we made the playoffs. We led the league in takeaways, but I don't think we was up there like
CB?
Can't go that fast.
Exactly, man.
Okay, all right. Okay.
The next episode. The next episode. So you'll need to get in contact with Jesse Holly later on here. That is our show. And the Players Lounge will catch you next week right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?